Hey, Tubies! This is Bob Hickman. I tell you, it is a crazy day around here. Well, first of all, before we get everything, how you like my new robes? Now, they're going to say, what, Bob? Have you become a Jedi or something? No, it's here on the East Coast. I'm in Washington, D.C. area. We've had a major blizzard. It's probably like 2 or 3 feet of snow out there, literally. My heat is out. Second Bob's been a little cold. I've been running my fireplaces, but it's still been cold. And I'm wrapped in silk from India. Some of you followed my video earlier in the week, you know about this. But this is pure silk from India, and I love it. It's so warm. It's so thin. You can't imagine a little thin silk. But I'm telling you, it's keeping me so warm. So I guess I look like a Jedi today, or maybe a Hindu. I don't know. Either way, it's all cool. It's all good. I'm so glad you're here. Well, I know yesterday I promised you guys we're going to have a video on the Count of Saint Germain, the Ascended Master, talk about the energy of the seventh ray. I got delayed yesterday because of the blizzard and I had phone calls, so I didn't get that out. We're going to do that on Sunday. So be back here Sunday. We're going to talk about the Ascended Master, Count of Saint Germain, and his work with the violet ray, the seventh ray. So you don't want to miss that. Anyways, tonight it's Saturday, and you know what that means? Time for Saturday night seance. And here we are. Well, you know, I just want to show you guys, a lot of you have been asking, say, Psychic, what's the name of that book that tells about seance work? This is the one you want to get. It's called Messages from Rose, and you can pick that up at my website. For those of you who haven't seen my website, it's www.robert-hickman.com. And up at the top, there's a little tab that says Books. And you can click on that, and that'll take you to my store where you can pick up a copy of this. I have a lot of other books too. They're all over there. But for seance work, this is probably one of the best ones. So check it out, okay? It tells about my guide, Rose. That's a picture of Rose. That's what she looks like. And she's a wonderful lady. He's been coming to me for several years. She died in World War II. Some of you have been following know about that. But this book tells about my experiences and my work with Rose. So check it out. Anyways, guys, I am just thrilled to have you here. And for those of you who are new, our seance comes out of the old spiritualist church tradition. And what we would do in the spiritualist church, we'd gather at somebody's home on the weekend. We'd all sit in a circle. And we dim the lights, and the mediums would go into trance, and spirits would come through. Amazing stuff happened. And I thought many of you have probably not had the chance to have a spiritualist church experience. You know, these days I do practice Wicca, but I also practice spiritualism. The two are not in conflict or mutually exclusive. So I am a spiritualist and I am a Wiccan. And that's why I'm wearing purple, by the way. It's the color of the order of the purple cord. So I got this beautiful silk. It's in a rich violet purple. You know, so this is my Wiccan robes too, I suppose. Anyways, Psychic Bob doesn't know if he's a Jedi or a Wiccan today. Either way, it's all good. So what we're going to do, we're going to gather tonight. I'm going to go into trance. And when I go into trance, the spirit people overshadow me, and they speak through me and bring their messages. So we'll see what happens. As I say, it's always an adventure, always an experiment. So I'm inviting you to my virtual living room here. I want you to pull up your chairs in a circle, and let's see what the spirit world has. I'm going to settle down and go into trance, so I'll see you when I get back. Oh, greetings. This is Fletcher here. Can you hear me out there? Oh, it's so good to be back with you. Yeah, it looks like we've got control of the medium's body. And we got to come here and tell you, oh, I tell you, it's such a night here. A lot of power floating through the air. In the spirit world, sometimes we look upon the earth and we see a vibration, a glow of light. And it means that the power and the conditions are right for us to come through. We as spirits work on an electrical principle, and we come through the mediums, and when the electrical current is strongest, it allows for a stronger vibration and a stronger manifestation. Well, so nice to be with you. I'm going to step back here and be managing the gate tonight, but I'll be back talking to you a little later. Greetings, my dears. My name is Rose. It's such a blessing to be here with all of you tonight. There are many souls who are crossing over into the spirit world. All of you who have been offering prayers for those who are trapped between the worlds. Might I say that your work is bearing much fruit. Alfred is here tonight as well, and he wishes a little later to speak to you. But might I say that I want to thank you first of all for all that you have done to help me in my mission. When I first arrived here, I was so shocked to find myself in such a place of splendor and of beauty. Over here, when you first arrive, you will be greeted by sometimes loved ones, sometimes angels, and sometimes you will simply be left alone. There are very souls who are left alone, for they need time to recollect themselves, to understand that they have made the transition to our world. You see, each soul's journey to and from the spirit world is greatly supported by a great throng of spirits. When you are born, you have a council that assists you in planning your incarnation and then sees you off. You have another set of guides who are there at your birth to make sure your transition to the physical is a blessed time and that you are protected. Then there is a council who sees you when it is time for you to return over here to the spirit world. Every soul's journey has its ups and its downs. Over here we understand that life's challenges are necessary for our maximum growth. On earth you may look at somebody who goes through great struggles and you may be tempted to say, there is no God, look how that person suffers. You may see somebody say, oh, they have cancer and they've lost their home and now they're homeless with cancer and all their family have abandoned them. And it would be very easy to look and say, there is no God. Look at the suffering that this person endures. How could God allow it? But what you do not understand, and you must be mindful of, might I say, and you must consider that the soul, perhaps not always consciously, but on a deeper soul awareness level, chooses to experience all of these events in order that they might grow. Humans look at it and they say, it is not fair. But I can assure you that when the soul returns to our world, it sees how much magnificent progress it has made. And every soul that I have greeted over here has said to me, Rose, I understand the struggles, and I'm so grateful for all of them. And I'm thankful that in my darkest hours I did not give up hope. You see, inside each soul is the awareness, the knowledge that there is life eternal, that there is a spirit world. Even those who say they do not believe, deep within know that there is a reality bigger than the material world. And we as spirit guides are always reaching across to help people understand this reality. Do not be so judgmental and say, well, that person is an atheist. I guess they're lost. Atheism is a product of a soul that has been injured to the point of forgetting its very connection with the very God who created it. Atheists are to be pitied as injured souls, not hated. And so we invite you to look upon all around you with compassion. You may not always understand what your neighbor does, and you may be tempted to judge them. I do know that when I was alive, I'm very guilty of this very fact. I used to look at people and say, well, that person, they're messed up, you say. Oh, they've done right, done it up right, I used to say. But you see, my judgment was in error. For the very people that I judged, I have since met over here in the spirit world. And I have learned the truth of my judgment, that I was in error. And so when we understand that the soul has a journey that is much larger than anything we can imagine, we must then respond with compassion. And to have compassion is also a form of wisdom. I was not very wise when I was alive, but I pray even now that I will gain more and more wisdom. Over in the spirit world, the conditions are such that one can awaken gradually. We try not to shock the newly arrived souls, for the transition from the physical to the spiritual, though it need not be difficult, many people struggle in the transition and make it harder than it need be. And so we treat all the new souls with a lot of gentleness, a lot of compassion. If a soul had a terribly dangerous incarnation, such as one who was given to the throes of addiction, such as was Alfred, these souls are put in a temporary hospital so that they may heal and awaken to their true self. You could perhaps think of your soul as like an onion. Each layer is a part of your reality. And as you stay in the earth realm, you build layer upon layer. And in a sense it shields you, but it also blocks you sometimes from understanding truth and light. And at death, those layers of the onion stop to peel away. And what is left is the soul. And if the soul has grown, been given the opportunity to grow, then it will be like a diamond inside the onion. Or if it has ignored its spiritual calling, it may be darker, such as a dark spot in the onion. Every soul has the chance, though, to become like a diamond. And it is our prayer over here that all souls will become like that diamond. Just step back for a moment. There's somebody else here who wishes to speak. Greetings, this is Alfred. Since I last spoke to you, I have grown very much in the light, and I thank all of you. It is your prayers that have given me stability and allowed me to grow closer to perfection. It is true I still have much work to do, but with your prayers and support I am making progress. The advancement of a soul over here takes much time, especially if one has lived their life, like me, focused on material pleasures only. The pleasures of the flesh are compelling when upon the earth, yet they are fleeting, and the earth life itself is fleeting. The drink and the drugs weaken my mind. They weaken my perception. They weaken my body. And in the end, there was nothing left but to leave the body as it was destroyed. When I first arrived in the spirit world, it was like literally a veritable hell. I saw the light and I was drawn to it, and yet I was repulsed by it. And yet I had the cravings of the flesh still, and no body to satisfy these cravings. When I arrived here, they sedated me, put me in a place where I could rest. You cannot understand the damage that is done to a soul through overindulgence, intoxications. Intoxications not only damage the body, but damage the spirit. I am growing stronger every day here, but it still takes much power for me to come through. The only reason I am here speaking to you this night is that Fletcher and Rose are giving me strength that I may sustain the vibration in this medium's body. His power also sustains me. I ask each of you to continue, please, if you will, to pray for me. I need much help. My name is Alfred. Greetings, my dears. What a blessing it is to have dear Alfred come and visit with us this evening. I so thank all of you for your kind support for him and for his growth here. Your prayers, your healing have done much to allow him to come and speak. It is our hope in time that he will grow into a guide even, though now he still has healing work to do. Continue, please, to assist me in my efforts to help the lost souls. Many of you live near graveyards, where you can walk and pray for the dead. Those of an exceedingly materialistic mindset oftentimes find themselves holding on to the body, clinging to the grave as if they could get back in and come alive. These are souls to be pitied, for their delusion has entrapped and ensnared them. Pray most of all for them. We send you our blessings tonight. We're so thankful for all that you do for us. And I thank you for receiving my message tonight. And I thank you for receiving Alfred tonight. And I send you my blessings. The power is growing weak around our medium, and so we do not wish to tax him any longer. But we thank you for your wonderful support. Please continue to pray and remember me. My name is Fletcher. Well, guys, what a blessing to gather tonight. And I tell you, I could feel the spirit coming in strong. And I hope that the messages were a blessing to all of you. And I'm just thankful that you're here. And if you enjoy our seances and you want to learn more about it, go ahead, pick up a copy of Messages from Rose over at my website. I'll put links below. And, make sure to keep it here. Tomorrow, as I said, we're going to have a video on Countess Saint Germain, the Ascended Master. And we're going to have a lot more coming up this week. Tuesday of Messages from the Spirit World. We got a lot to work on. So you know where it is. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. I'm so glad you guys are here. And of course, next week we'll have another Saturday night seance.